Cava shares moving higher right now after topping analyst estimates on the top and bottom line, along with strong comparable store sales. Stock up 5.25%. Let's bring in RJ Hottovy, head of analytical research at data firm Placer.ai, a company that tracks foot traffic as a tool for informing clients. And he's also a former senior restaurant analyst at Morningstar. RJ, great to have you here. I mean, I tell you what a moonshot stock this is. When the market gets hold of a specialty restaurant chain that's kind of growing stores fast and comps have huge momentum, it's basically hard to say, well, it's a little bit too expensive here. It's 200 plus times earnings. But what do the actual fundamental customer trends tell you, and can it be sustained?
Yeah, I think it can, and what's some really impressive numbers out of the print tonight. Our foot traffic data had been showing some really strong momentum in terms of visitation trends from April, May, and particularly in June when they launched the new steak product. Dipped back a little bit in July, but really generally pretty strong, at least compared to the rest of the fast casual industry. The new stores performing very well. Our data on the new store openings right now are tracking right in line with the company average. You'd like to see that. They're on track to hit their AUV targets on that. You're right. These growth stories are hard to deny, particularly when there is a lot of white space for a high growth concept that's really working in a lot of markets right now.
And all that being said, does it mean that they can be virtually immune to, any value sensitivity among consumers or any other, competition from other chains that are deciding to lead with lower prices?
You're right. It's been all about the value wars this summer, and we've seen that across QSR, McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, all doing bundled promotions. We've seen that across casual dining, Chili's and Buffalo Wild Wings doing different promotions. But there is a special class of names in the limited service space. I mean, it's basically Cava, Chipotle, Sweetgreen. A lot of these chains that have avoided price sensitivity, they do skew to a higher income audience. The trade areas that we look at, they generally are well above in terms of the household income on that front. So I think they are a bit immune to that. But the other thing, too, is they're innovating. And we're seeing that consumers are willing to pay for innovation. So the steak launch for Cava, the chicken al pastor for Chipotle, things like that, steak even for Sweetgreen. People are willing to pay for innovation, new products, and particularly places that they are visiting frequently. So I think there is some economic immunity just given the household income, but it's also a fact a lot of things the companies are doing in terms of innovation right now.
Yeah, I mean, certainly a different category, but Wingstop is something that looks exactly like Cava's stock price in terms of at least this year right now. And again, a fast growing concept. So right now, I mean, the growing the store base pretty quickly, like 50 plus stores a year. It's like 15% growth for 2024 for Cava. That'll get them to 370 or thereabouts. I mean, do you have any sense of just exactly what the runway looks like in terms of how big the chain can get, how thick on the ground?
It's one of those ones that's got a ton of potential growth on there. I mean, I think you're talking about double-digit growth for at least the next 5 years. Ultimate store base depends on a number of variables, but we certainly see something in the 3,000-4,000 range based on some of our data. Again, there's some room to play with that. Really big opportunity in smaller markets. We've started to see some of the fast casual players move into the smaller markets. Chipotle's done a great job with this, some others. But I think there's a big opportunity as we've seen people migrate away from urban to more suburban rural markets. I think there's a huge, tremendous opportunity in some of those spaces as well. I think that given the model and given its success going into new markets, and that has really been one of the big stories for Cava this year, I think there's tremendous white space ahead.